Hey, hey, hey. It's day 30. Come on, Marish. Yeah, that's okay. You see what you see, and that's that. Ain't nothing really exposed. But anyway, I'm such a perfectionist. What is good is Marisha, your health and wellness coach, Marisha here again. And if you've been following me, you know that I have been on a juice feast. And I am excited to say that today is 10. Here we go. 10. One more. 10. Day 30 for me. Ooh. Okay. Yes. I'm sipping as I talk. This juice. Fire. I'm going to post it today on my Instagram. Not in here. Yeah, I'm going to post it on my Instagram. I'm going to read off my notes just the way I have them. Just the way I have them. From day 20 up to today, day 30. And I just go through it. And I write stuff off the rip. If you've been following, you already kind of know. And yeah, we're just going to go from there so you know what's happening. And if you are inspired to go on this journey yourself, or if you're on this journey already, or if you're further ahead than me, let me know in the comments. Or on Instagram, or however you want to communicate, whatever. But I'm going to share it. So, initially, on day 20, going into day 30, I was just like, 20 days felt so far away. But here we are, gearing up for day 30, and we are here. Let's see. My boobs were sore on day 21. And that is initially, for me, what it means that my cycle is coming. Like, my boobs feel heavy. I don't even have big boobs. But anyway, women who are watching this will understand that, you have different symptoms when your cycle is coming. And for me, my boobs would get a little sore. And they were only sore for a short part of the day. Not all day as usual. So that was another sign that things were shifting. My clothes are super baggy. I didn't even need no scale to tell me no pounds. I could see it in my face now. I can see it now. I wasn't seeing it initially, but I can see it now. The jeans that I have, I'm going to try on some jeans, not while I'm doing a video, but these jeans that I had that were super tight on me, and I'm talking about I could tell they were super tight because I buy jeans with when I go try jeans on. I have leggings on. I don't like really trying on clothes without something under me because a lot of people try and stuff. And then I'll come home and wash my clothes before I wear them. So my jeans are already tight already when I purchased them. And these jeans had got tighter because I put on some more weight. But the other day, I had to go to the bathroom really bad, and I just knew I unbuttoned these jeans. I definitely did not unbutton them. They just zipped on down with my leggings on under, because y'all know in New York it is winter season on the East Coast, or it could be winter wherever because it's global warming. But anywho, moving right along, I invested in a few ebooks for ideas with creating raw live foods. Also viewing videos on YouTube and Instagram for inspiration and coming up with my own ideas from these things that I'm, either from the videos or on my own off top of the rip. I coach myself daily about my why. Because sometimes you could literally old energy could come through and just be like, hey, that fruit look good. Even with something in front of you that is good that you're not trying to eat. at that moment. It's still like, well, damn, she ain't eating nothing. Let me try to get something sweet in here. And the parasites be like, hey, that fruit you just cut up, you could eat it. Eat it right now. And I'd be like, yo, shut up. But then I remember my why. So, even in this journey, going into 30 days, you know, you have your challenging moments. I am growing into my softness and shifting from survival mode. So I have been that tough girl most of my life because for so many reasons. That's a whole nother rabbit hole, but I'm going to try to wrap it up in a few minutes. And that is because I grew up in a concrete city, New York City. I was taller than most guys growing up, faster than most of them. I was a varsity track and field athlete, and I could still rip somebody's butt, okay? But that was intimidating to a lot of guys, you know. Grew up seeing a lot of issues with men trying to overpower women, and I did not want to be in that predicament per se. And if I ever was, I would be able to go down with a fight, you know? And I also have a strong aura about myself just in general. So people just can tell, like, you know how you can just, if you know how to read a room, you know how to read people's body energy, and you know you can tell somebody who's shy, who's a little intimidating, who's a strong person. You can do that. So a lot of people see that, and then they stay strong with being angry. They mix all these things up, and they're just like, you know, why are you so aggressive? And I'm just like, stop using things out of context, right? So that goes back to me growing into my softness, because I'm always just like, yo, you from New York, you talk with your hands, like, yo, what's good, da-da-da, right? So that is the vibe that I'm coming from, that survival mode. Just like, all right, I got to get here, and I know the way to get there, and I'm going to go left, go right, boom, ain't nothing messing with me in these streets, da-da-da-da type energy. And then, you know, you could take that attitude and see that with, or apply it with everything else, right? It's just like, I'm going to be not emotional, and I'm not going to show the girly side, that type energy, right? So for the guys that I dated, for the most part, if I really liked them, you know, who I was in a relationship with, I would show a little softer side. But the people who, you know, they my guys type energy, they going to what's good type. It's a whole different ball game. They're not getting that girl side. They're not getting that woman side. And a lot of guys would question that too. They're like, yo, how your mans deal with you who was in a relationship with you? I'm like, he ain't got to deal with me in this level, right? Because I dumbed it down. I'm not going to say that I didn't have still a strong personality, but I wasn't like street crazy with the guy that I was dating or in a relationship with. It was a little softer. Okay, so the itching around my intestines started Sunday 1/21, on day 21. And I know that is activation in full effect, because I initially thought I had some type of material on that broke me out. And I was like, what is going on there? I have a hive in here? Why am I itching? And I lift up my shirt, and I looked at my skin, and I'm like, wait, ain't nothing there. Okay, so then it started happening in other areas. And I'm like, oh, this is stuff moving. The activation is in full effect. So, and that is a sign of detoxing. If you don't know, there's other ways that can, you know, your body will show you signs of detoxing. So I'm really in tune with that. Day 22, I got my nama. Ra-ta-ta-ta-ta-ta-ta. Yes, let me tell you guys. Her name is Aquarius, first off, because she came in Aquarius time. Big up to all the Aquarius watching this right now. Hold on, I gotta take a sip. Because Nama did this. Nama did that. Ha. Aquarius, put some respect on her name, sorry. This juicer has made a complete difference. I don't necessarily even want to advocate for Nama because I ain't getting paid for it, one. And I'm not even able to, I don't have no code, none of that stuff to help people get anything, to help serve the people, to help them help themselves. So, but I do want to mention, cold pressed juices are very, very important in a journey if you plan on juicing for an extended amount of time. I even feel like with 10 days. Because then you may want to break that up and do it again another time, right? So it'll be there. I got the Nama C2 because I wanted a different blender as well. I had a Ninja blender, which still works, but the blender also made a difference with my sea moss that I made. Oh my goodness. But just tell you, invest in it. They have different options for you to purchase it, where you don't got to just straight out have $1,000, $500, $700. You got to do a payment plan, and they got payment plans for 3 months, 6 months. Do what works for you, because I did what works for me, and I'm here to tell my testimony. And I was using no names. I was using a different juicer and watching all my pulp go down the drain. And then it was wet. Not literally the drain, but you know. It was so wet, and that's what the part was bothering me, because I'm not eating, so I can't even use the pulp. So it's not even going to be replenished in another way. So I'm just like, damn, I got to throw all this out. And I don't want to, but I had to. And I'm like, then I don't get the juice from it. So with the Nama C2 Aquarius, my baby, this girl is giving me, I'm so glad I bought all of these. I bought all these mason jars, different types, months ago. Did not even thinking about doing no juice feast in the extended space, right? I was just like, I'm gonna just juice feast. I didn't have a date or expiration date. I still don't, per se. But I was so happy that I was prepared for it, because it gave me so much more. Even my mother wound up using the machine. She was like, "Oh, I want to try it." She was like, "Oh, she was just juicing for a day or two, but she usually gets like one out of when she used this other juicer that she was using, because we were going through juices trying to try stuff out. She was like, "Oh yeah, I got extra juice out of this one. I like this." This journey does not, people say, "Oh man, you make it look so easy." Like anything, and I've said this before on different videos on my Instagram. I've probably said it in here too on one of my videos, that things always appear to get easier when you're looking at people. But you know why? It's because they are remaining consistent. And you keep showing up, it becomes a pattern, and then, it becomes like second nature. But I don't think it's necessarily easier. You have to train yourself to do something. And you also have to be disciplined, because motivation will come and go. Motivation is the thing that, starts the car. That's the key. But how does the car keep going? You pump your gas with your feet, right? You take your foot off the gas and you leave the key there. What is it? Ain't nothing happening, but the car gonna run. All right, motivation. Yeah, I hear you. Am I disciplined to keep going? Pump your foot and keep going. Pump your bike, keep going. Whatever you want to use, keep going. I physically work out daily at work. So, I was hard on myself about, which I have the tendency to be, and I'm unlearning that. And I'm like, dang, I ain't worked out in a long time. And then Marisha over here was like, girl, shut up. Yes, you have. My job is very physical, and I'm engaging with picking up things and moving things, and I've said this before, and I'm sore too sometimes, not aching sore, but energetic. It's just like, ooh, that feels so, hurts so good, right? And I just be ready to go. And, some people project project who they are. We all do. They project, dang, I can't juice and work because I need my energy. And then they come around asking me, yo, where you get this energy from? I'm like, well, I could juice and work and get all this energy. So, yeah, it's a mind game. Bowel movement on day 23, smooth. And let me tell you the key to this, because I know a lot of people say when they juice or they do these water cleanses, whatever, feasting, fasting, potato, that they don't poop. But you have to put in to get out. There's a guy, I don't remember this man's name. Jillian, the lady who interviews people on her channel, he has the, she interviews him a lot. It's a green juice that he made up in his group. But anyway, if you know what I'm talking about, you know what I'm talking about. The guy's like 50, 51. He even says it, and he's not the first person I heard say it, but now I know he is trending because of the juice and stuff. And you have to drink a lot to get out. That's all I'm going to say. I start my day with ginger water, 32 ounces, same here, of water. Warm water with key lime, ginger, oil of oregano in the container. I do that first. And then I follow with my juices. And then if I feel like drinking water in the nighttime, I'll cap it off with water, but sometimes it's just juice. But that makes me go. So I don't want to hear that anymore from anybody that, oh, when a juice cleanse, they're not pooping. If you're not pooping, then you're not drinking enough. And I'm not talking about those who are, well, no. Because I know people who have been on these cleanses for a long time and they were still pooping. And I'm talking about like 100 some days, but they was drinking a lot of liquids because the, you like my nose cuff? Okay, anyway, I'm back. They were drinking a lot of liquid. So the liquid pushes, it's like a plunge. You know, after a while, it's going to be like your stomach is tight. And, you know, outside of urinating, because that's another way of eliminating, it's going to push out. It's going to push out. I just want to remind you that the slow route is the fast route. People be looking for fast results. You got to get it together and get that microwave mindset out. Because however long you've been on this earth, and if you've been knowingly or unknowingly, because, you know, we grow up in our families and we're doing things that our parents and elders have told us to do because, you know, whatever. You don't eat because of whatever, or they tell you you gotta eat this, or you don't get nothing type energy, all that traumatic bonding, right? Yeah. So if you were doing stuff unintentionally or intentionally for X amount of years, you have to have patience to undo those things, okay? I was congested heavily, like up until, I wouldn't even say like today. So the congestion I'm talking about is not from ailments outside. Nobody had nothing to do with it. I know that I'm like the Drano commercial. I'm breaking down those barriers, those old buildups of the excess mucus. Because I was draining and releasing a lot days on. I'm reading. And again, that water that I was drinking, the ginger, key lime, oil of oregano, definitely helped, along with the juice, and it helped bring up all this residual. I mean, I was just going and going and going, and then my nose was draining, and that worked. People were like, you sick? I'm like, absolutely not. I don't even speak that. I am well. My body is showing signs that it is well, and we are doing well. Throat chakra also, I feel like was... it was also helping remove stuff that I was hindering, because I speak a lot. I talk a lot. Here we are, 19 minutes. I talk a lot, but there was also some things in my life that I've held on to. So I also feel like that's a breakup of things that need to come out and be said, symbolically. Um, what did I write here? Oh, I feel like I'm also saving a lot because I'm not eating out. I'm not buying a lot of groceries, right? Yeah, people be like, oh yeah, you juicing, that's expensive. What? First off, investing in yourself is never an expense. You are not an expense. So stop those words. Um, but I'm saving a lot. And now I want to simplify some juices. Um, like I love being creative and doing different things, but I feel like I may do a theme for a week. Like I'll just juice these fruits for this week, and or maybe even 2 weeks, and go about like that. Um, and let me see what else. I also know that going back to the throat, cold stuff can restrict your throat. So if you are one to what is it? What I want to say? Oh, like with the congestion, right? When I know I was draining, I didn't want to stop that, so I would swish around the juice, like, or I take it out the fridge so it could get close to room temperature, and then drink it because that was hindering a little bit of the release. So swish it around if it is cold because in your mouth it is a little warmer. So swish it around to get a little warm. Um, again, I wrote my intestines or stomach area itching again days on. My tongue thrush is leaving. It's more pink again. Taste buds. Oh wait, hold on. So, when you wake up, you have your release of poop, pee. Yes, you know what I mean. If you sweat and you sleep, that's another way of purification. But your tongue also says a lot. So I was seeing the candida up from the yeast of the food and all of that coming off, and my tongue was being more pink. So I was excited about that because when I started the journey, it was not full on white, but it was there. So I know it was moving out quick, or quickly. Taste buds, mine are calling for a burro banana. Oh my gosh, a sweet burro banana. I don't want to just bite it either. So let me just give you a quick story about me and the bananas. I, anyway, I don't like them. The regular bananas. I will never eat those. Like ever. Oh, I'm getting chills. Talk about it. Oh my gosh. Okay. The sound of somebody eating them makes me think of like baby food. Like that sound. Because a lot of people smack off like off the rip when they eat. The smell of it, just seeing somebody peel it, I just knew all those things were coming. So it was just like somebody would run from a cotton ball or a Band-Aid. If somebody was next to me about to eat a banana, I would have to get up. Like I don't want to hear it. And then even the breaking of it, it was just But my spirit has been talking about burro banana in the sweetest space, the smallest way that I can break it up, and I don't know yet what I want to pair it with. Maybe a mango or a pear, like something crunchy, so that it can still work because I'm still a work in progress with this. But I keep seeing it and hearing it, so I'm gonna follow that intuition and eat it. The burro banana, that one only. No other baby banana, none of them things. I could put them in smoothies because I don't gotta hear it, but I'm not eating it. Okay, just had to share that. I'm having a lot of relief. Oh, I had a lot of relief on day 27, 28 from the congestion, the mucus relief. So I was having peaks and then valleys of it. I already mentioned this. Oh, well, the ebooks let me see what I told you about the ebooks. Oh, okay. So I told you guys I invested in them, but I went ahead and printed them. I went to a print shop and printed them. And they are full of live raw foods for ideas to incorporate when I introduce that stuff back into my lifestyle. And I am so excited about these things, but I have ideas already. Even before I get to those books, I have ideas of what I just want to be so simple with some stuff. I definitely keep myself motivated by looking up people on Instagram, on my fitness page, the MBodyFitnessMBF. looking up people's pages who are juicing on the reg, long term, and or also live and raw with their lifestyle, because I want to follow the live it. I do not want to diet. I don't want to die. Words have wordplay in your mind and in your, that's what I believe, okay? So, anywho, quote from this book that I read, that I wrote down, that I want to share, said 80% of all species on this planet enjoy optimum health, and not one of them is cooking their food. Man is the only one. So I definitely want to convert to living foods 1000%, the leafy greens and the fruits and veggies on a regular. And I already do it, but I want to do it long term, So I will be working on that this year and then moving forward. So I'm not going to be hard on myself about it. Let me see, what else I want to share with you guys. No mood swings or cravings to eat anything sugar, salt, flour, oil. Like, I see it, I smell it. And again, I mentioned already that it's a mental thing. So I always just be like, my why. What is the reason I want to disconnect? You need to form a disconnect with these things and say what it is, and have yourself a relationship that is no longer there. So the bonding is there. We don't want that bond anymore. We want to unbond. And the same way how maybe your mindset could be about a cigarette is the same way you have to get your mindset about these foods that are harming you, that are not doing you any justice, that you see that took some of your family out earlier, then, they possibly could have left this earth. And it's also just making me think, like, people always say, oh, well, I'm going to die anyway. But I would like to transition in the most best way, because if I'm responsible for this temple and the Most High put me and my soul and my spirit in here, and I'm supposed to be accountable for it, there is no way that I want to report back to them and say, here I am, and like, what you was doing. And then you're not even applying what you learned either. So it's like a straight big disappointment to your creator, and disrespect to your creator, to show up and just be like, oh, well, I was doing this and doing that, and I only live once, type of thing. Okay. Anywho, moving right along. Oh, and another quote. Humans have only had fire and the ability to cook food for a small percentage of time. What did people do before that? Because, people always like to use that point of, oh, everybody ate these type of things, and everybody did this type of thing. But even if they did entertain that, they had stuff on the land, which means they were eating their herbs, drinking water, everything's fresh, right? But again, that fire thing also stood out to me, because that is definitely true. Even if they ate the meat, they had these things for a short amount of time to keep them warm, cook. They utilized their time, and then they kept it moving. They was eating berries, nuts, and all them things that the gorillas and all these other animals are eating out there. Day 29, I hacked up some green, thick phlegm. And I looked at it in the sink, and I was just like, oh, okay. I don't know if that's the same difference as the mucoid, placoid. Did I say that right? Like, coming out your behind, but just coming through the other way. But nevertheless, see, it's still there. It's coming out. Nevertheless, it's a release, and I'm happy that it's coming out. This way, this way, this way, skin, all of that. And here is to, we're going to say 30 more days, but we're going to shoot for 10 right now. And the Aquarius, Nama C2, definitely gave me the extra win, because I just got it on day 22, like I just mentioned. And I would be disrespectful to the Most High in my realm to be like, be blessed with this, and then only stop here at day 30. Are you kidding me? I'm so motivated to just keep making more and 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 more. Until next time, I will talk to you soon. Peace.